Greetings, my scattered brothers and sisters in the Lord. Trust you know that the Lord is with you wherever you find yourself scattered today, and that you have discovered that His grace is sufficient for everything you're facing today. We've been living in John chapter 15 the past several sessions, and we have heard Jesus say that He is the true vine, that His Father is the gardener or the vine dresser, that the Father cuts off every branch in Jesus that bears no fruit, while He prunes those that are in Jesus that are bearing fruit so that they will be even more fruitful. We've heard Jesus emphasize to remain in Him, that apart from Him we can bear no fruit, that just as a branch can't bear fruit unless it remains in the vine, so neither can we bear fruit unless we remain in Jesus. A natural question: what does it look like? What does it mean to remain in Jesus? Well, Jesus goes on to teach about that. He goes on to say that we are to remain in Him as He remains in the Father. And what this remaining looks like is obedience. It looks like loving. Jesus remained in the love of the Father by being obedient to the Father, doing everything that the Father commissioned Him to do. So that Jesus did nothing on His own, did nothing independent of the Father, did nothing against the Father. Jesus completed the mission, and it was a mission to love, a mission to redeem, a mission to give His life. And so Jesus says for us to remain in His love as He remained in the Father's love. And He says that that means we need to obey Him, that we remain in His love by obeying His commands. Now, that can sound a little maybe legalistic. I think we've talked about that some. But His command is basically this: to love one another. And He says, I have loved you, and now my command is that you love one another as I have loved you. And Jesus goes on to constantly emphasize that we are to love one another. So we remain in Jesus, we remain in the love of Jesus as we love one another. That's the key, that we need to love. Now, we would think Jesus would say something like this: I have loved you, and so remain in my love by loving me. But He doesn't go that direction. He says, yes, obey me, but that obedience, that command that we are to obey, is to love one another. And so we remain in Jesus, we remain in His love, not by quote unquote loving Jesus, but by loving one another. That as we love one another, we remain in His love and we bear fruit. So, in one sense, the question isn't how much do I love Jesus? The question is, how much do I love my neighbor? How much do I love my brother, my sister? How well am I loving? That's the key to remaining in Jesus. And that's how we love Jesus. That the way that we love Jesus is to love each other. If we say we love Jesus, but we're not really loving each other, then we don't love Jesus all that much. And so we remain, and we bear fruit when we love one another. So wherever you find yourself scattered today, ask yourself the question: how loving am I? Not how lovable am I, and not how lovable are those around me, but how loving am I? If I have been caught by the love of Jesus and I'm abiding in Jesus' love for me, then what that's going to look like is a greater and greater love for one another. That's going to be fruitful in lots of ways. So again, wherever you're scattered, love. God bless. Have a great day, and love, because Jesus has loved us.